Welcome to online learning children. Today I am going to explain you lesson 1 from your new book Logics. As you can see on the screen, the lesson 1 is operating system and graphical user interface. So before going to operating system, first we need to know what is computer, what is hardware and what is software. So as you all know, computer is a machine and it consists of hardware and software. And any computer works with the interaction of hardware and software. Hardware refers to the physical part of a computer that you can see and touch, such as monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer, and all other things that you can see and touch and use in the computer. And the second is software. Software is the instruction or programs that tells the hardware what to do. Softwares are not physical part, but they are stored in the physical medium such as CD-ROM, pen drive or hard disk. Types of software. Basically there are two types of software. First is called application software and the second is system software. What are application software? Application software are the software which are used to perform some specific task. Like if you want to play a game, you need a software for that particular game. Or if you want to write something on the screen, like you want to write your resume or you want to write an essay, in this case you need to open MS Word. So MS Word is a software that is used to write any essay or anything in the text form. Or if you want to draw something on the screen, or if you want to do drawing, then you need MS Paint software. So what is application software? Application software are the software which are used to perform any specific task. Now the second type of software is called system software. What are system software? System software are the software which are used to control and manage the overall operation and performance of a computer system. Means without system software you cannot use system or you cannot use your computer. Basically it acts as an interface between the user and the computer, and also it provides the platform to run any application software. There are different application softwares like operating system, language processor, device drivers, and many utility softwares. Now the main system software, that is called operating system. So what is an operating system? As you know children, computer is a machine and it cannot understand any human languages. It can understand only the instructions that are given in the form of 0 and 1, that is in the form of binary or machine language. And we as a human can understand only human languages like Hindi, English, Urdu, etc. So to communicate with the computer, there must be some mediator who can translate human languages to computer language or machine language, so that computer can understand our instructions and do the specific work. So the operating system acts like an interface. Whatever instructions we are giving to the computer, it is understood by the operating system, and the operating system converts all these instructions to machine language. So what is operating system? Operating system is an interface between user and the computer system. Now let us see what are the different functions of an operating system. The first and most important function of operating system is processor management. What is processor management? Basically, operating system ensures that each process means any application that is running in the processor means central processing unit. Okay, so any processor that receives any instruction to do any specific task. Now it is task of operating system to ensure that the all the different functions are being performed one by one in a proper order. The second important function of operating system is memory management. Memory management means there are different type of memories that a computer use, like RAM, cache, hard disk. So it is operating system who decides which memory is to be allocated to the particular application. It also takes care of the fact that one process should not consume memory allocated to another process. Next function is file management. In computer system there is a lot of data kept, and it is operating system who decides where to copy the data, where to put the data, in which directory or in which form. The same way you can see device management, security and protection, enforcement of priority system, provision of user interface, job control. These are different other work of operating system. So in device management, what does operating system do? Basically there are different devices that any computer handles, like input output devices. Printer is an output device, keyboard input device, mouse input device, scanner input device, speaker output device. So when we need to take input, or when or where the output is to be sent, is all these things are decided by the operating system. Now types of operating system. There are basically two type of operating system. One is called single user operating system and the second is multi user operating system. As the name itself says, single user operating system means any operating system which can be used by a single user at a time is called single user operating system. Like in previous days or in early time, the Microsoft DOS or MS DOS, Windows 3.1, Windows 95 are single user operating systems. And nowadays we are using multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system means operating system that supports more than one user at a time to work is called multi-user operating system. The computers, uh, Windows 2000, Windows NT, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Linux, Unix, all these computers are multi-user operating systems. Next is multiprocessor operating system. Any operating system that supports more than one processor to work on is called multiprocessor operating system. In this system, all the processors operate under single operating system. It provides higher computing power and speed that allows user to run and work in multiple applications at the same time. The next one is multitasking operating system. As the name itself suggests, multitasking means when it is an ability to perform more than one task together at the same time is called multitasking. An operating system which is capable of doing multiple tasks or processes while using common processing resource, that is using only one CPU, is called a multitasking operating system. Now the next one is multi-threading operating system. What is multi-threading operating system? Any computer system or any operating system that allows different part of a software program to run simultaneously is called multi-threading operating system. Basically, thread is a part of any computer program. Means a computer program has many parts, and different parts are called different threads. So multi-threading operating system allows different software programs to run simultaneously. This feature of multi-threading can delay the execution response of certain processes. Now next is RTOS, that is real-time operating system. What is real-time operating system? It is designed to handle real-time scenarios and problems. Such operating systems have the capability to prioritize the processes, minimize execution time, and work independently with no interdependencies. And example of real-time operating system that are used by air traffic control, robots, weapon systems, and industrial control system. And there are basically two types of real-time operating system. One is hard real-time systems and the second is soft real-time systems. In hard real-time systems, these systems guarantee the critical tasks are completed in time, and soft real-time systems, these are less restrictive. For example, undersea exploration, planetary rovers, and virtual reality. Now next is distributed operating system. What are distributed operating system? Any operating system that runs on a set of computers that are located in different geographical areas interconnected by a network. So these are called distributed operating system. As the name itself suggests, distributed means the operating system that is distributed at different locations. It is called distributed operating system. It controls these interconnected systems and make them appear as a single computer. So this is all about operating system and different type of operating system. Now, what is user interface? User interface means basically interface is the point where two systems meet and interact with each other. Similarly, in computer world, user interface means we as a human are the users, and computer, we interact with the computer. So there is mechanism to interact with the computer with the users. The operating system of a computer acts as an interface. As I told you before, the operating system is basically interface between user and the computer. So operating system acts as an interface through which a user gives commands or instruction to the computer what to do. Without the operating system, interaction between user and computer is not possible. There are basically two type of user interface. The one is called CUI or character user interface. In this, the operating system allows only commands to be given. Means there is no computer, no mouse, no icons. Unix and DOS are the popular examples of CUI. As you can see on the screen, this is a window, command prompt window. Okay, it is MS DOS, disk operating system. In this, if you want to do anything, you need to write the command. For everything, if you want to create a file, if you want to create a directory or folder, you need to write the command. Without writing command, you cannot do anything in this. So this type of operating system is called character user interface or command line interface. Unix and DOS, these are two popular examples of CUI. The second and most popular graphical user interface, it is second and most popular type of user interface is graphical user interface, and this is the interface that most of the people use. Like we as human users in our computer lab or anywhere, you can see nowadays we use this interface. This is graphics based and interactive in different devices such as mouse, keyboard, etc. These are interact with the systems. GUI is more user friendly than a CUI. It does not require the user to memorize the different commands. Instead, the user uses different menus and he can communicate with the system. So now the next topic is advantage of graphical user interface over command user interface. Let us see GUI and CUI. Graphical user interface is much more attractive and appealing. CUI is relatively less appealing. GUI is easier to learn. CUI is a text-based interface and hence it is not as friendly as GUI. To use CUI, you have to learn all the commands, but it is not in this case. In graphical user interface, you need not learn any command. With GUI, a user does not have to learn the complicated commands. Okay, a user is required to memorize many commands to operate and control a CUI. So these are differences between GUI and CUI. Children, you can read all the instructions, all the differences. And now come to the disadvantages of GUI over CUI. Disadvantage of GUI is it requires more system resources to load the various graphical elements such as icons, fonts, etc. But in CUI, it uses less system resources as compared to GUI. GUI is still a bit slower than CUI as it uses both mouse and keyboard to navigate and control. But in CUI, since it uses only keyboard for navigation and operation, often resulting in faster performance. GUI definitely it requires more RAM to run, and in CUI it as a character user interface it does not need much RAM to run. So children, this is all about the chapter operating system and graphical user interface. I have tried to explain each and every part and each and every definition of the chapter. So children, at the back of the book you can see there are assignments given, exercises like fill in the blanks, true false, multiple choice questions, and answer the following. So this is your homework, and I know you all can do it properly without any problem because everything I have explained already. And if you have any confusion, you can you can ask me in the comments. I will clarify it. So in the next lesson, I will try to explain all the exercises, all the answers. Till then, I would suggest you to read the chapter carefully and try to do all the exercises and question answers by yourself. Till then, take care. Bye bye.